Welcome to JunkerNecker DIY. My name is Leah. On my channel, I love creating budget decor for my home. Today's video is number 6 in my series of sunflower and honeybee DIYs. It's also part of a Dollar Tree DIY Challenge Summer Edition. This is hosted by COLLEEN PASTOOR and Love, Create, Celebrate. Links to their channels and a link for the Dollar Tree DIY playlist are in the descriptions. Now let's get to crafting. Here's DIY number 1. I'm taking these 3 wooden crates from Dollar Tree, and I started painting one. I was going to do white, yellow, and black to look like a bumblebee, but I decided I'd rather have it neutral so I could use it year-round. And I'm using folk art wax in antique. Now I just had a dryer sheet because I didn't have any baby wipes, and I took on the technique of dab, blot, smear. That's pretty much it. Dot, blot, smear. And I covered all 3 crates. I did a good coat on the outside. And then on the inside, I just touched here and there. It really won't be seen, so I was just taking out some of the yellow look of the wood. I pretty much just cleaned out my cloth on the inside. Now I'm going to be gluing the 3 crates together, like so. And I'm just using some wood glue from Dollar Tree. It's the Super Glue brand. And I'm putting it all along that edge that's going to touch the top crate. I do one side and then the other. I can show you better than I can tell you. So just watch what I'm doing here. And then I let that set up to dry. Once it was dry, I came in with this beautiful bright colored sunflower. I just put some hot glue on it and popped it right on that top middle crate. Then as an afterthought, I thought it would dress it up to have some little feet on there, and I'm using these wood beads. I just dabbed some hot glue on and stuck it down. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't want the feet to overhang the bottoms of the crates. I just put 4 on the back side and 4 on the front side, like so. And here you can see better what I've done. Just like that. And now here it is on my coffee bar. It's holding all my sweeteners and creamers. It holds about 6 K-cups. I'm really just using that for display decoration because I've got a drawer that goes under the Keurig that holds all my different coffee flavors. But yeah, I think that turned out great. DIY number 2. I got these mugs from the Dollar Tree and some vinyl from Dollar Tree, and I cut this out on my Cricut to look like Ray Dunn mugs, but much cheaper than Ray Dunn. I've got like $1.25 in each cup. I just stuck it down, rubbed over it a little bit. I need to tell you that I did clean the cups with alcohol before I started this process. And that's how they look. The font that I used, I got for free on DeFont, and it's called The Skinny. And that's how they look hanging on my coffee bar. It's a little crowded right now. I've got to take some of that stuff off to put on a tiered tray. And my top shelf's a little bit of a jumble right now. It's going to look much better when it's more finished. Now DIY number 3. I'm starting with this metal garden trellis from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to bend up those long prongs that's on the bottom like a hairpin. And then I'm going to take some scrap pieces of this foam board. And I'm going to cut them out the shape of the garden trellis. I just adjusted it to where I wanted it to go. I'm creating a basket. And I needed this foam board for it to have something to glue to rather than gluing rope to metal. I just held that down in place, pop some dots of hot glue here and there, and let it cool. Now I'm going to take that other piece and put it inside those hairpin looking prongs that I made. You'll see there what I'm doing. And I'm just going to hold that there till it cools down. Now for the rope. This actually didn't come from Dollar Tree. I got this at Ollie's, but you can get clothesline rope at Dollar Tree if you're lucky. That's why I went ahead and used this. And I was showing you that you can use a lighter to keep that ends from fraying on that. I just started laying a line of hot glue down, and I wrapped it around and around. There's no need for you to put full lines of the hot glue. Just tack it on, putting dots, just a few down a line. Once you get started, it goes fairly quick. Just put some glue. Stick the clothesline rope down, and then flip it over and do the same thing on the other side till you get it as tall as you want. Full disclosure here, I decided to make it shorter because my rope kept getting awfully tangled, and I got tired of messing with untangling the rope over and over. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and cut that down a bit. I had gone all the way up to the top horizontal metal piece, but I cut off a couple inches. That's going to put the line right in between the top and the second horizontal wire. And then I just continued on all the way up to the top of that foam board on the front. I'm not going to bother with cutting the foam board on the back because it'll be hidden with flowers. Now these are just some of my Dollar Tree flowers that I picked out to see what I wanted to use. Of course I'm going to be using sunflowers. I just didn't know what else I wanted to go along with it. I decided to use the baby's breath, and I'm going to stick these 2 stems in the back. I just put one on each side and fluffed them out. I put one on the left a little bit higher to give it a little bit of a not so perfect look. Now for the sunflowers, I'm just pulling those shorter ones forward. I put one to the left, one in the center, one to the right, and those are all the yellow color with a little bit of orange in there. Again, pulling those shorter stems forward. And then I'm going to put this white bouquet right in the center, right in the front. Like so. And pull those short ones forward. I decided I wanted the baby's breath up a little bit higher, so I just flipped it over and pulled it up. I accidentally pulled one of the bundles off of there, but that's okay. It still looks good. I'm not going to bother with trying to find exactly where it goes. Now this amaranthus, I'm going to put on there, instead of using a bow, I'm going to go to the left of the center bunch of flowers, and I'm just bending them over so they'll drape and hang down. Now the last thing I do is put a little bumblebee button right there among the flowers. And now it's done. Here it is hanging up. I think it turned out great. As a matter of fact, if I'd have gone up any further with that rope, it would have probably been too much. I think this height is just right for the trellis. What do you think? Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you liked it, I hope you'll let me know by giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment. Remember to check out the playlist and our host channels. Until next time, bye-bye.